there's been like a new trend with the 49ers, which is right before you hit free agency, you go on Instagram Live and say that you want to come back and what you want, or that you want to leave and you're mad at the team or something like that. So Jerick McKinnon went on IG and said, F no, he's not coming back. And Jason Verrett went on with Jimmy Ward, and Jimmy Ward like spoke directly to John Lynch. He's like, John and Kyle, bring Jason Verrett back, pay him what he deserves. It's like, wow. So yeah, there's two instances. What do you make of it, Nick?
Oh man, let's start with the Jimmy Ward and Jason Verrett conversation on Instagram Live. First of all, when you're approaching free agency and you have a guest on your Instagram Live, because remember, it's Jimmy Ward and Deebo Samuel. Both of them are under contract, and they brought on Jason Verrett and Jerick McKinnon. What is the purpose of asking the person you're on the live stream with if they're going to come back or not? No good can come out of that, especially if you handle the answer the way that Jerick McKinnon did. But let's start out with Jimmy Ward. I thought it was somewhat disrespectful and a blatant shot at Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch to tell them to quote unquote come direct regarding Jason Verrett's contract situation. And it feeds into that narrative that the 49ers have a tendency to lowball their best players. So I was kind of caught off guard by Jimmy Ward saying that, especially after he's already received his money. He already got a contract last offseason rather. And Jason Verrett, let's give him his credit. He handled the question much more professionally than Jerick McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon, you got paid top 5, top 6 running back money after you were a scat back for 4 years with the Vikings. You didn't really deserve to be paid that much, and this team kept bringing you back, giving you chance after chance. And finally, you were able to stay healthy pretty much the entire year, and you did some nice things. But to give such a distasteful goodbye and to just show that you're excited to leave this organization that's been really, really good to you, it gets you thinking, and I went to school, I studied communication studies. I like to analyze body language and the message behind the words. So clearly there's these players feeling some type of way, and what exactly they're feeling, who knows what it is, but there's something going on that raises an eyebrow at the very least, and it's something that should be talked about. Players need to stay off Instagram Live if they're going to ask, career-related questions. So that's my rant regarding Jerick McKinnon and Jimmy Ward. And again, Jason Verrett, he handled it very professionally in comparison to Jerick McKinnon.
All I'm saying is if I were an agent and I saw my client were on Instagram Live, I would be calling him up right away, be like, get the hell off, get off. Don't answer the question. Maverick, what do you think? What's going on here?
I just think it's interesting. It's kind of the complete opposite of the approach to a degree of what Richard Sherman said, where Richard Sherman just was very professional with his press conference earlier in the season when he was just like, yeah, they have a lot of guys they have to re-sign, and I think they have more pressing guys, so they have to take care of them first. And Jerick McKinnon went a different route, and that's his prerogative. He can do what he wants, I guess. Now it kind of ends any possibility if there was a 0.1% chance McKinnon would re-sign, 0.001%. I think that's out the window.
I just don't understand where these guys are coming from. Noah Johnston makes a really good point. Like, the Niners stuck by Ward, Verrett, and McKinnon more than anyone. Verrett could have been done. Ward, I mean, I would have gotten rid of him. I wouldn't have stuck by McKinnon. I wouldn't have stuck by Verrett. I would have cut all of those guys years ago. And the Niners were like extremely loyal, way more than most teams would be. This is how they're repaid. Like, this is what they say on the way out. Now, from McKinnon's perspective, I don't understand what he was saying. What could he possibly be mad about? It's a very bad look for him. For Ward, I think it's a bad look too. Like, McKinnon's leaving forgets you. Like, I don't understand why you're not appreciative, but you're gone, your history, and you're probably bitter about your history. Maybe that's part of it. Ward, you're a team leader. Why are you doing business on Instagram Live with other? Like, I would be really confused if I were John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. Also, but the fact that he's talking directly to John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, that's what I do on YouTube. Shouldn't he have their number? Like, shouldn't they be in contact? My question is now, like, how much contact is there between the front office and the players? Because I thought that's what John Lynch was there for. I thought he was there to be the liaison. And, maybe he's kind of gotten phased out. Maybe it's more Kyle now, and Kyle isn't the most communicative person. He keeps it real in a meeting, but I don't know if it's hard to get in touch with them. It seems like there's a disconnect, and these guys are now making it public I'm just guessing. I don't know.
It's
Weird.
speculation, but I have one more thing to add. I'm all in favor for players advocating for themselves and trying to get the contract that they feel they're worth, but there's a much better way to go about it. That it's just so mindless to talk about this on Instagram Live when the purpose of it is to have thousands of people listen to your conversation. It's just so senseless, so senseless.
So Jason Verrett's a grown up, and I'm sure if I were him, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing asking me this question? So
Right?
he handled it fine.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine. Man, Jerick McKinnon. Oh well, but I guess he's gone. So what? It doesn't really matter.
And we'll go one more thing. So with Deebo Samuel, everybody points to his reaction and how he looked super awkward. Like, whoa, did you really just say that? What were you expecting, Deebo? You put the guy on the spot on a public
It's your
stream
fault.
saying, are you going to come back? It's your fault for asking that question. Then you're like, oh, whoops, I probably shouldn't have asked that because you just gave the most blunt answer of all time.
Also, I bet he knew the answer before he asked it.
Yeah.
Well, wasn't it a fan comment on the live
Right.
stream? Yeah.
Like, hey, they're asking, like, I'm sure Deebo knew the answer already. He wanted him to say it. I mean, you don't think they've had that conversation before? Hey, you coming back next year? They just like dawned on him to talk about it on Instagram Live for the first time. No, I'm sure they knew already.
The light bulb went off. This is probably an appropriate time to get to the bottom of this. Like,
well, I think, look, like for 3-4 years, the Niners have been preaching like we're a family, we're a family, we're a family, and they, for the first time in the 4 years, they're kind of departing from that.
mm-hmm.
Cap's going down, and they're going to have to make some tough decisions. And I think some people on the team are feeling a little bitter.
And I'm reading the comment section. So Horatio said Deebo didn't ask it. To clarify what happened, someone commented, "Are you coming back next year?" to Jerick McKinnon, and then Deebo was the one that said the question out loud. He's like, "Hey, look what they're asking you. Look what they're asking you."
Yeah, answer this question. All right. So hard to know, but something to keep an eye on. It seems like there are some. It should just be like a money thing. You know, a lot of people wanting to get paid, not much money. People bitter about it. I could see that.